All right, welcome back to the Davey Gillum Show. We're here live at Ray Varner Ford out on the Charles Severs Boulevard out there on the Maverick Land exit 122. Stop by and see Ray and his all-star sales team here for your next used Ford or new Ford purchase right here. We're joined out by head football coach Davey Gillum. Coach, welcome to the show. Thanks again for taking time out of your practice schedule, your busy week this week as we get ready for another huge region game. Yeah, thanks for taking time to join us right there. Let's talk a little bit about West. We stepped out of region play last week. Talk a few minutes about them before we talk about Gibbs.
You know, I think we said the week before their record was a little bit shady as far as showing how good they are. Right. One of the better teams in Tennessee right now.
Yeah. 5A program, big school, back-to-back state champions.
Yeah, so they got their whole returning OL back from the state championship team. Three of the best running backs in East Tennessee.
The three backs, they kept rotating them in.
Really good. One of the better defensive fronts we've seen. Well, probably the best defensive front we've seen all year.
Powell had a good defensive front right there, did a great job.
And then they're really athletic on the back end.
Yeah.
You know, year in, year out, West defense is as good as it gets.
Lamar does
here.
A great job coaching the defense.
Great players, great scheme, you know, just really disciplined, really aggressive.
He's known for that too. I mean, he's done it at Morristown West. He's known for his defense right there, brought to West.
So I think we got a realistic look at, you know, playoff football on Friday at that quarterfinal level.
Sure.
We got to see, you know, kind of the intensity we're going to have to play, the physicality we're going to have to play at, and you know, we did some good things. We obviously made a lot of mistakes.
Right.
A lot of penalties were a factor in the game, but offensively, we struggled a little bit in the run game just really to get them blocked. They were upfield fast. Our screen game wasn't as clean as we'd like. We had to get in some empty sets, but. The good news is Landon Hensley and the receivers really stepped up. Landon had a huge game.
Yeah. 279.
Yeah, threw for 279, 3 TDs. Yeah. Some huge plays. You know, Trent Strickland involved in that. Strickland had some big time plays. Really get a spark going for us in that. I think it was still the first quarter.
Coach, let's go back to the beginning real quick. You go down 17-0. First quarter's, I think, 3-0. They get 2 quick scores. It's 17-0. With about 3 minutes left in the half right there. We get the ball back. We drive straight down the field right there. Landon finds Trent.
Yeah, on a 50-yard strike, one-handed catch.
One-handed circus catch. We're going to get that on. We won't have it on tonight, but we're going to get that on. We're going to send. I want you to see that catch again. It's almost. It
couldn't have been a better throw. Yeah. And, you know, Trent stuck his mid out there, and I think maybe even he was surprised that the ball stuck to it.
It stayed right there.
You know, probably catch of the year so far in high school football.
And then we come right back on defense. They get a little bit of again, they're going to throw us a quick screen outside, I think. Trent beats his guy, catches it in stride.
You know, Trent's one of the better football players in East Tennessee for sure. He's just do-it-all guy.
2 defensive guys right there, and he racehorses them to the end zone.
So you know, again, one of the better receivers, great speed, great hand-eye, but his mind may be the thing he does best.
Yeah.
And he's just so savvy. So they get in a trip set, kind of condensed, and he just realizes this is a fast screen formation.
Yeah.
He don't hesitate. Ball snaps. He pulls the trigger. Pick 6.
Yeah. Mark Packer, Austin Price, they're ready to pack it up and go to the house. It's 17-0. Next 2 minutes later, it's 17-14, and we're going to the half.
Yeah, we actually scored 27 unanswered.
Yeah.
Go up 27-17.
Yeah, in the third quarter.
Yeah.
And into the end of the fourth, we went by 2 touchdowns.
So you know, there in the fourth quarter, there was just a lot of miscues on our part that let the game go their way. They kicked the last-second field goal to go ahead.
Yeah. Still had a chance. There was like a minute left. We still get a shot. You get the ball back.
Unfortunately, we had to burn all of our timeouts to get the ball
opportunity.
Back. And so, you know, just run out of time.
They got a good kicker. He had a clutch field goal. I felt like.
There's nothing negative with their team. O-line's awesome. Running back skills awesome. Defense unbelievable. Our kids made plays. They fought hard. I think at the end of the day, the big thing was we realized we got to get more disciplined with our assignments, offense and defense. We had 2 offensive series there late in the game. We went 3 and out, 100% on us. Missed assignments, busted plays, whether it's not getting the whole call as a receiver or messing up the blocking assignment as the OL. We got ourselves off the field quickly, put the defense back in bad position. And then when we got on defense, that we had some timely penalties that kept drives going, that got them in the end zone, and the game turned out the way it did. So the positive is you played, you know, as high-level football as I think is normally played, getting to a state championship, and you should have won. You know, the things that beat you are in your control. So, you know, going forward, we've had a lot of time this week where we're working on us, just self-discipline, making sure we're staying with our reads and cues and things like that. And
right. Keying the ball on defense, making sure we see the ball snap. I think we gave them a couple first downs.
I think we've done that every game.
Yeah.
You know, so hopefully we learn our lesson there. So far we haven't.
Dial that in, hopefully this week.
But a lot of positives, and, you know, that's the thing about playing a schedule like this. We don't have to wait till E-Town or Greenville to know what we need to fix. You know, that loss, it can be for our good.
Yeah.
And so it was a high-level game. Could have won it, should have won it, but we still got to come to work on Monday. We knew what we got to fix to get better. So I think we've addressed a lot of those things, and I think going forward it's going to be good for us.
Well on the roof, 5 catches, 49 yards, 1 touchdown. Coach didn't run the ball as effectively as he has the entire season, but we got him out there in space and got him the ball out there on some pass plays. Made some good gains there.
You know, and none of that had to do with Wayland.
Right.
You know, we got our tail with a little bit inside last Thursday night, and then you know, me and the rest of our staff, we got to do a better job of getting Wayland involved in the game when that happens. He's just too dangerous,
too fast,
too valuable to not be more involved in the game plan. But other guys still did a good job, and that wasn't as big a factor at the end of the day of just wasted plays down the road, down the line. Because overall, we moved the ball pretty well.
Continues to do a great job, a solid job. 5 catches, 43 yards. Coach, a big catches,
a big game,
big times.
And really, we talked
both sides of the ball.
We talked about some defensive penalties, but you know, late in the game, we got the ball. One of the wasted plays I'm talking about, where we got a call on where we're going to score to win the game. We call a little come back and go. Izzy wins.
Yep.
DB tackles him.
No call.
And it's a touchdown. It's a free touchdown.
Yeah.
And no call.
No call.
That was 3rd and long. We ended up having to punt. So you know, those things happen. But
Coach, you mentioned Trent Strickland. We talked about him a minute ago. Big catch, 3 catches, 79 yards, 1 touchdown. The big touchdown at the beginning or the end of the first half right there kind of kick-started our run right there, but just continues again on both sides of the ball to just be somebody you better know where he's at on the field.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if we can get him more involved with what we do than what he's doing already, but we need to try. I mean, whether it's running the ball, catching the ball, making tackles, picks.
Super fun to watch, isn't it?
Punting the ball, just, you know. Trent's a guy that a lot of times a kid in his situation that's so talented and has can do so many things can get lost in the wash a little bit because you ask him to do so many things.
Much.
But really, he's taking his opportunities, and whether it's the media or colleges coming in to watch us play, they say, "Hey man,
they all say the same thing.
This kid's the best player on the field. He's one of the best players in Tennessee."
And Coach, we talked about it earlier too. He punts for us, but if he didn't punt, he would definitely be our long snapper because he's the best long snapper. He's unreal.
Most colleges should die to have a long snapper like Trent that can run down the field like a safety. Really good defensively. He comes in and plays safety, drop down to the linebacker out there to the outside backer almost, and just does a great job for us there too. Everywhere
sure
he's
tackle.
At.
When he sees it and he gets there, it's a tackle.
You know, I think he took a big part of their game plan away early. Some of the ways we played on the perimeter, we dared them to throw some fast screens, and they usually do that a lot. They throw it to their best kid, open field, one-on-one with Trent, and Trent picks him up and form tackles him for a loss of about 3 yards. I think the first, second, or third down of the game, and they're basically they're scared to do it the rest of the night. So, you know, he's not just held his own, but been dominant against the best teams in Tennessee.
Coach, offensive stats. I know, again, we don't like to look at offensive stats, but we're going to look at a few cumulative offensive stats that we have. Well, on the Roos, 136 rushes for 1,082 yards, 12 touchdowns right there.
Yeah, unbelievable year for Wayland so far. Says a lot for
games.
The whole offense. Obviously, the O-line's had a big part of that, and then Landon and the receivers on the perimeter, keeping everything balanced, and the receivers have done a fabulous job with perimeter blocking. But, you know, even since I was playing here, we've not had that many home runs that we've hit with Wayland. We block it and he takes it to the house. So,
also fun to watch on a kick return too, right? When they kick it to him, it's a fun. You just sit back and watch it happen right there and watch the show because he does a great job reading his blocks and getting a seam and getting it vertical.
Yeah, he's had an unbelievable year, averaging over 8 yards a carry. which is really good numbers, especially considering the teams we're playing.
Sure. Hensley, landed 97 for 143, 19 touchdowns, 1,664 yards.
Yeah, again, just like
in 7 games.
Both of these guys are minus a game, but unbelievable year. He's protected the ball, and then most of our offense has been a balanced attack. We haven't just unleashed Landon and just we threw more last Thursday than we've thrown all year because we had to. But again, we was talking about through preseason into the season that balanced football is what wins championships. Well, balance don't always mean 50-50 run pass. It means this week you're playing a great run stop team. You got to be able to throw the ball, and you got to be great at it. This week you're playing a great pass team. You got to run the ball. And sometimes it is 50-50. But last Friday night you're playing a great run stop team, or Thursday night, and we put all the pressure on Landon, and he delivered. He was his best.
He did.
Had a great night. Even the incompletions we had didn't have hardly anything to do with him. Sometimes it was protection. Sometimes it was just great coverage.
Took care of the ball.
Did a great job. Ran the ball well.
Yeah, he did. So a couple third down runs. He made some big gains right there. It was real fun to watch.
I think at the end of the day, both of these guys are going to have a valid shot at running for Mr. Football. We've got them both up.
I think, it went out today. I think Mr. Football candidacy for Landon and Waylon. And I think there's a strong case for Trent Strickland, too. I mean, he's got numbers on both sides of the ball and special teams.
Yeah, the issue is Trent may be the best player in the state of Tennessee. Unfortunately, when it goes to votes, it's a stat line. And being a slot receiver and safety, you don't have quite the stat line. But if people were watching games, he'd be your guy. But at the same time, we don't. What hurts us typically is these things are still voted on by news media outlets, and Anderson County don't have a lot of representation in that. So we're left with Knoxville media outlets like 5 Star and Prep Extra, and we're never their favorites. They've always got somebody they're pushing. Nashville's always got guys they're pushing. So
Chattanooga, Memphis,
it won't be
Tennessee.
Wouldn't be the first time we've been robbed per se, but both these guys should be in the running. Both these guys have got great numbers, and really, when you look at the teams we've played and the teams they've put these numbers up on, make it more impressive.
We definitely, they're out there. Their edit pictures and their stat lines already out there, and we'll start updating those each week so you can keep up with those, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch the Mr. Football race as we go through the season right there. Receivers coach, a lot of teams, they have one receiver they go to. He may have 800 yards for the season, and no one else on the roster will have 10 or 15 yards. We've got 4 kids right here. 3 of the 4 have 350 yards or above right there in the 7 games. Evan Pyatt leads us with 25 receptions, and Izzy Small with 25 receptions. Trent, of course, he has 20, and LaRue has 22 receptions. So Evan Pyatt's going to lead us with 475 yards and 3 touchdowns right there. Evan's had a big season. Yeah,
Evan has probably our best route runner. Great hands. Most dependable as far as those things go. So again, it commendable to the offense itself. Not just the balance of run pass, but the balance of run pass and getting everybody involved and being able to attack the field different ways from different positions. It definitely makes it hard to handle when your defense is going in this week and it's not, hey, we just got to stop Trent Strickland. We got to stop Izzy Smalls. Okay, now we got to stop LaRue. Now we got to stop Gabe St. John, Evan Pyatt, Riley Wolfenbarger.
They're all
all those guys.
Riley with a big catch Friday night too. What a great catch on a little slant right there, maybe, or a skinny.
And he showed some real speed
and burst.
We've said number-wise, this is the fastest team we've ever had. And Riley's top end speed was right there with Waylon's. We don't publicize it as much, and you don't get to see it as much, but he can go. But he caught that slant, and not only just split it, but he pulled away from the safeties. We saw Trent's speed when he intercepted that fast screen. Those guys and the angle, and he
went right by him. I think they even said something on.
Very fast group.
Yep, great job, Coach. Defensively, right there. Cody Miller's leading the way right there for the season so far. Over 80 tackles right there, doing a great job in the middle right there. Stephen Powers, we mentioned Izzy Small. He's back on the defensive side right there as well, making tackles. And Taylor Davis, he'll be joining us in a little bit. defensively too. Taylor creates a lot of issues on the edge right there. You better know where number 0 is.
Yeah, all those guys Thursday night, along with Trent, all had big games. So much of the game was played in the box.
Yeah.
You know, they were heavy run, and so all them guys did a good job. And we had Izzy, Coach Shadwell and Lambert had Izzy and Trent really down in the box getting dirty, and they did a good job of setting the edge and folding in and things like that.
Yeah.
Got a little bit banged up, but they did a good job. And then Davis is always high motor, hard to block.
Yeah.
And then Cody at that Mike position, just him and Powers both inside, both had big games, a lot of tackles, and you get a little more traffic when you're on the inside because you're playing both ways.
Yeah.
So sometimes.
West, they run between the tackles a lot. They ran it right at him. We made some great tackles right there.
I will say our corners have done an unbelievable job all year. Didn't give up. I'm struggling to remember any completions other than the screen pass the other night, but really have went all season and done a good job holding down.
Yeah, I think people have noticed that. I think that's in a scouting report on us. That we're going to play heavy man, and we're going to be, you're going to have to make us get out of it because we're not going to, and you're going to have to do something because we're going to lock your guys up on the outside. And
yeah, everybody's going to take their shots early, but if it don't work for them, they usually panic and go away.
Yeah.
Now they did get a few PIs.
Yeah.
And really, it was great coverage and terrible throw.
Coverage, right.
You know, the ball's short and the receiver comes back into our guy and gets a PI call.
Yeah.
You know, we could have done a better job at that point of turning our head back and playing the ball, so we didn't get it. But really, we've got those guys pinned and really in great coverage positions.
Yeah.
So. Really good job by the defense, and shout out to Coach Barrier with his corners, how they work hard.
Yeah.
They're doing a good job.
Do a great job. I'm over there with him sometimes watching. They do a great job over there. And Coach Barrier, he gets
always
after
stay
him,
busy. Yeah.
He's got some great drills for him and some stuff that transitions to the game, which is fun for me to watch. Coach, we'll take a quick break. We bring on some special guests right here. I think they got some stuff to say back there. We'll bring them on, and we'll be right back here from Ray Varner Ford out here on Charles Severs Boulevard.
Hi, I'm Tim Elrod. Over the years, you've heard us at OEB Law say, let us turn your wreck into a check. We still do that for many families, but I want to take the time to go beyond the slogan. I think I've learned over the years, and more every day, that the most important thing for an attorney to understand is the value of being a partner to you. When you and your family call an attorney, you're calling because you need some help. You need someone to pull alongside you and stand with you. We understand the process of the legal system. You probably don't. So it's our responsibility to keep you informed about every step of the process. You're going to have questions about what's going on. What's next? What do I need to know? Our responsibility is to guide you through the process with the information that you need, the answers to your questions, and the assurance that we have your back at OEB Law. You have my word. We stand with you because communication is key.
1 in 7 people will need a blood transfusion during their life. That's 1 person every 2 seconds receiving a life-saving product. At Medic Regional Blood Center, we are the primary blood provider for 25 hospitals in 23 East Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky counties. Started in 1958, Medic has been serving Knoxville and the surrounding areas for 66 years. For 1 hour of your time, you can save a life. Visit medicblood.org for more information on blood donation.
When the lights turn on and the game begins, you need a team you can rely on. Ray Varner Ford and Clinton's strong lineup of vehicles is crafted with the same dedication and hard work that drives our community. Experience quality and value in this pre-owned 2024 Ford Maverick XLT all-wheel drive, $31,990. 23 Ford Expedition 4x4 Limited, $66,590. 2023 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew 4x4, $47,995. Local you trust, pre-owned vehicles you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, built for the game.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
welcome back to the Davey Gillum Show. I went out and got these guys from the buffet line back there. I got them up here for a few minutes. Welcome to the show. I'm joined tonight by Taylor Davis. We just talked a few minutes about him. Jeremy Hall, senior offensive defensive lineman right there, and the super sophomore Elijah Johnson on the end right there. Guys, thanks for coming out today. It was a great practice. I was there for practice. Looks like you guys had a lot of energy and a lot of focus right there. Disappointing loss last week, but a loss out of region right there really doesn't affect what we're trying to do long range. Taylor, talk a little bit about Thursday night over at West. It was a TV game, a lot of high energy. Somehow I think you bust out of the paper there with the Joker mask on. I think I saw some green hair flowing out back there as you busted out of the paper. So that's a great memory right there. Tell us a little bit about the West game from your point of view right there defensively.
So starting out, we knew it was going to be a rough game. Not really a rough game, but an intense game. We knew that their offensive line was good, and they had good running backs. And it was a different challenge. We haven't saw that so far this year. And you know, we stopped it, but we missed a lot of assignments, and we just didn't have our best game of ball.
Guys, we talk about going down 17-0 right off the bat. A lot of teams, when they do that, when that happens with a 17-0 deficit, it's very easy to turn it off and say, I don't want none of this, I'm out. And then you end up in a 35-14 or 42-14 game, and it's over. You guys fought back right before the second half. Jeremy, tell me a little bit about that. How'd that feel?
That felt
going
great.
Into halftime,
it
get
felt
a little
great.
Energy back at halftime right there.
Yeah, it felt great because we got the chance to step back up and show something from where we looked like we were down and weren't really doing much, and we kind of got our assignments down a little bit.
Trent makes a big play, then comes right back, makes another play, gives the team a little energy right there. You go into halftime right there, you feel good about it, come back out the second half with a lot of energy and a lot of gas, and you take it right to them. Real fun right there to watch that. How about offensive line up front?
Offensive line, they had a really good DL, and it was not our best game at offensive line. It was probably our less technical game that we've had.
Yeah.
But once we started figuring stuff out, we got better. And
is there a lot of movement up there for you? Those guys are fast. A lot of movement right there created some issue for you.
They were strong, and they had a lot of movement going on the DL.
Yeah, good deal. Elijah, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for coming out tonight. We appreciate you. Excited about this Friday night.
Thanks for having me.
Another region contest right there. Sophomore point of view, getting to play in a region championship game. For the second year in a row. You played in one last year as a freshman. You're back this year as a sophomore. Second region championship on the line Friday night. You excited about the opportunity?
Yes, sir. I'm just very stoked about it. Not much words I can say. I'm just so excited.
Legacy player Daniel Berry, Logan Berry's cousin, right? All right, Elijah Johnson right there. So he's a legacy player right there. We're glad to have him. Did a great job right there. Talk about the defensive line you're going to face this week over at Gibbs. I know you've seen a little bit of film on those guys. You excited to get that opportunity? They're 8-0. They're undefeated.
Yeah, they seem pretty athletic on the DL.
Yeah.
And they have some pretty quick guys, and they have a decently big nose guard.
Yeah. And
they're more quick and blitz and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Tyler, what about on the defensive side? What do you see from their offense right there?
Their right side of the offensive line is more so, I would say, their heavy side, and then their left side is more so their quick side.
Yeah.
So
a lot of formations.
A lot of heavy packages. They come in bunch sets. They come in like a wing tee type deal. But instead of the fullback being stacked, he's to the side.
Yeah.
It's definitely we've saw it before this year. It'll just be if we execute our assignments and do the things we're supposed to do. Yeah, and work with our keys. I definitely think we'll control the line of scrimmage. And
two things we're going to do before we get out of here. One, and I've done this with you two guys before, and we've talked a little bit about Friday night, some Maverick memories, those type things. You got senior night coming up in a few weeks. I want you to continue to take these moments in as we go through the season right there. Elijah hasn't got to do it, so I'm going to leave him for last. I want him to let you two guys go first. What's your Maverick moment so far this year in the season?
Don't
say the touchdown.
My Maverick moment, I would say it's probably against Clinton whenever I had the kickoff return.
Yeah.
It just brought me back to Little League times and getting to run the ball.
Yeah.
Especially against buddies from Clinton that I still played with when I was younger and still know. Right. And then especially going against Coach Hammock, where he was my coach in Little League.
Gotcha.
That's my Maverick moment.
Okay, Jeremy?
Mine was definitely running the ball against Clinton. If it brings me, I needed that. I love running the ball. I haven't run the ball in so long.
Could you hear us on the sidelines cheering for you? You could?
Yeah, the last time I ran the ball was beginning of 8th grade. And then I had to go to offensive line.
Yeah.
Because we ran out of linemen. And then I have another one was in the West game. It's when I went straight through the line and stopped a jet sweep in the backfield.
Yeah, way to go. That's awesome. That's what it was. Good deal. All right, Elijah, don't give us that Seymour touchdown, okay? We all know it's coming. Give us your Maverick moment there, Elijah.
Well, my favorite moment was when I actually got to play on a TV game against Pal.
Yeah.
It just brought back it shocked me in the heart a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was kind of nervous before the game. It's like I was telling myself before game I shouldn't be nervous and just get through it. But whenever I got the mid game, I was just fine, and whenever I scored, I was like on cloud 9, and I just was so excited about it.
All right. Awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. I always want to do that. I always want to make sure you enjoy moments of the season. They go quick. It's over with fast. You got to take a moment and take some of that and remember some great moments right there. Second thing we're going to do, guys, is pick 'em. All right, you ready? We're going to let y'all do some pick 'em, and we're going to bring Coach Chabel and Coach Gillum up in a little bit and let them pick 'em. See how y'all do here. See how we do. First game up is Hardin Valley at Farragut. A big 6A class, 2 guys across the hill from each other right there. You probably know each other real well too, a lot like us and Pal, right across the hill from each other right there. 2 6A powers going at it. Hardin Valley at Farragut. Farragut's on a 2-game win streak, I think. Brad, are they on a 2-game or 3-game win streak maybe? 3-game win streak. Who you got? Let's start with you, Elijah.
I might have to take Farragut with this one.
Okay. All right. Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm going with Farragut.
Okay. Taylor?
Hardin Valley's good, but I think Farragut's going to take the whole
I thought you were going to go right there. Okay, I'm going Farragut too. I like the fighting Jeff Courtney's right there. I'm taking them. Is it Harriman at Midway, Brad, do you got, or is it Midway? Okay, it's at Midway. Harriman at Midway. Elijah, you go.
I've seen Harriman play. I've seen him play against Oliver Springs.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go Harriman on this one.
Okay. Jeremy?
I haven't really seen him play, so we're going to do like an odd one. We'll say Midway.
Midway.
Haven't seen either of them play.
I'm going to go Midway.
Ooh, okay. I guess I'm going to go back over here with Harriman right there. I'm going Harriman right there on that one. So it's at Midway. It's going to be a great game right there. Northview Academy at Burley Stadium in Greenville. We'll start with you, Taylor.
This one hurts to come off the tongue. I'm going to say Greenville. Greenville's not that game.
They've been scoring like 70 points a game, I think. I don't know if anybody's held them under 70 up there in Upper East Tennessee.
Wait till we come.
Greenville, Jeremy?
Yeah, I think Greenville would beat.
Okay. Elijah?
Sorry, Northview, but I had to go Greenville.
It's a good pick. I'm going Greenville too, Green Devils. Clinton at Carnes on the end. Elijah, you're up.
That's a tough one. I might have to go Carnes for this one.
Okay. Good choice.
I'm going to go Clinton.
Okay. All right, Jeremy, any reason?
Just because I think Clinton
Maddox has a good game.
Carnes.
Okay. All right.
Carnes struggled against Campbell County, so I got Clinton on this one.
Okay. I'm okay. Where am I going here? Let's see. I'm going Carnes Beavers right there. I think Carnes gets the upset right there. It's at Carnes too, by the way. Knox County officials over there. I don't know if y'all know anything about them or not, but I'm going Carnes. Carter at Fulton. Carter at Fulton. You're up.
I'm going Fulton.
Yep. Jimmy.
I'm going Fulton too.
Okay. Elijah.
Fulton all the way.
I am going to go Fulton as well. The Fighting Falcons at Fulton. They take out the Hornets right there.
Fulton's got a good team this year.
Yeah,
They do.
Our friends at West, they travel over to Halls.
West all the way.
Yeah. West.
West.
It's unanimous. We're all going West. I'm going to put a U there for unanimous. Everybody chose the West Rebels. Oak Ridge at Lenoir City for the region championship. At Lenoir City in Loudoun County. Elijah, you're up.
I see Oak Ridge play, but when we scrimmage Lenoir City, I feel like Lenoir City might come out on top in this one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because Oak Ridge had a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
Lenoir City.
Okay.
Will Presley's healthy, right?
No, he's out.
He's out.
No, he's out.
I got Lenoir City.
Okay. I am going to go with the Cats. I think they still got a little bit left right there. All right. We're going to college game for just a few minutes right here. You ready? Liberty at Kennesaw State. Liberty is on fire. Kennesaw State is 1-6 or something like that. It's at Kennesaw State down there in Georgia. Elijah, you start us off. I already know who you're going to pick.
I have to go with Jimmy Chadwell and Liberty.
Thank you.
Come on.
Good choice. I thought you said Jimmy Chadwell there for a minute. I was going to say Jimmy Chadwell's back there in the seat. We're going to bring him up here in a minute. Okay. Liberty. It's unanimous. We're going big U right there, Liberty. Notre Dame at our friend Gavin Noe's place at the Naval Academy. Notre Dame at Navy with Gavin Noe.
Notre Dame's been struggling the start of the season, and Navy's been really good with their schemed
undefeated
offense.
Navy.
Yeah, their schemed offense is pretty good, so I had to go Navy on this.
Navy, let's go.
Yeah, I'm going Navy too. They're doing good.
Yes, our teammate.
I'm going to go Gavin Noe with the Navy.
Fighting Gavin Noe's. That's what I'm going with too. The Naval Academy. I'm taking them right there. Guys, it's been a lot of fun having y'all on here. I'm going to get y'all out of here. I know y'all got lots of homework to do. I'm thinking. I don't know that, but I'm thinking y'all got, if you don't have any homework, I don't know what's going on.
You got film to watch.
You have film to watch.
That's
and homework, teacher homework to do to keep your grades up as high as you can keep them right there. We're real excited about watching you guys play this thing out. It's a region championship, the 8th straight region title, and Anderson County High School will be a school record. Okay, 7 was a school record. 8 can be a school record. Okay, it's been since 2016 since we've lost a region football game. There's a lot on the line. Okay. So let's have a great practice this week, focus in on the little things that we need to do to make us better, and we're going to have a great Friday night. Guys, thanks again for joining us right there. We'll be right back on the Davey Gillum Show. We'll bring Coach Gillum back up here and the defensive coordinator, John Chadwell.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OAB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
When the lights turn on and the game begins, you need a team you can rely on. Ray Varner Ford and Clinton's strong lineup of vehicles is crafted with the same dedication and hard work that drives our community. Step up your game in this 2024 F-150 4x4 Super Crew STX, $46,994. 24 Ford Expedition XLT, $59,978. 24 F-250 Crew Cab 4x4 STX, $57,888.
Local you trust, performance you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, built for the game.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
2023 Ford Expedition Limited 4x4, $67,950. 2017 Ford F-150 Raptor SVT, $41,950. 2023 Ford Escape ST Line, $28,940. Ray Varner Ford, built for the game.
Welcome back to the Davey Gillum Show. We're here at Ray Varner Ford. Stop by and see Ray and his all-star sales team right there for your next new or used Ford purchase. Come on out here on the Charles Severs Boulevard and visit with those guys anytime. We're joined again with Coach Davey Gillum, head football coach, and John Chadwell, defensive coordinator. John, welcome back to the show. Coach Gillum, welcome back to the show. Guys, it's been a busy week. We had a JV game yesterday at West, and we came back today for practice right there. So the week gets quick. Tomorrow is a Wednesday, a short practice day right there. Thursday's a pregame. Coach Chadwell, talk a little bit about preparation for Gibbs. Their offense is a little unorthodox in that they do so much stuff in so many forms. They don't do a lot of stuff, but they do it out of a lot of formations, if I'm looking at the film correctly.
Yeah, you are.
A lot of stuff.
There's no doubt. There's a lot of eye candy. So you're going to get a lot of motions. You're going to get some unbalanced sets. You're going to get different formations. And like you said, it's a lot of times maybe the same play out of different formations, but they're going to challenge your eyes. And that's the thing, you know, every decision you make on the football field is through your eyes, and that got us in trouble last week. You know, Belichick for his whole career said do your job, and in order to do your job, your eyes have to be in the right place. And You can't always go try to make a play. You got to help your teammate make a play, and so it's going to be a challenge just to make sure those eyes are in the right place as they do all those motions.
Yeah.
So, Coach, it's a different style than what we've played with Bearden and West and guys like that, but personnel-wise, what do you see sticks out for them?
They got some length at receiver, some big, long kids. Probably, not the speed of some of those teams, but they make plays when the opportunity's there. In the run game, again, it's challenging because they're probably a little smaller up front than some of those teams, but they get on people well, they block well, they're well coached, they go to the right people, so you got to get off a block and make a play most of the time. You're not just going to typically get a free guy to them, and then you got to get some of their athletes on the ground. The quarterback, in my opinion, he may be the most dangerous player for them. It might be one of the best quarterbacks we've faced. He makes plays with his legs, and he can make plays through the air. If you give him something singled up, he can definitely hurt you.
Similar to a Johnny Manziel type, plays off schedule, willing to take risks, lose yards, things like that. To possibly make a big play.
That's a good comparison. I mean, I hope he ain't Johnny Manziel versus Alabama or anything. but you've got to make sure you
test
have
our discipline.
Yeah, contain on him, and he's going to make some people miss. Bottom line, and so you got to get more people at him, and honestly you got to be able to be a disciplined tackler. You can't
go for the kill.
Yeah, you can't go for a kill shot. Like, the big thing is get him on the ground and let's live to fight another day. Most of the time he's back there scrambling,
and they are willing to run him, so he's a big part of the run game.
And I could see that being a big thing, because we are a team, like Coach Terry said earlier. I mean, we play a lot of man coverage, we load the box. We test you to throw it, but one way you can handle that is get your quarterback involved in a run game and even back the numbers up. So I could see that being a big part of their game plan. And then you've got to commit maybe one more to it. And again, you better win some one-on-one matchups if that's what you do. And so far we've had some kids, our corners have played really well in one-on-one situations. Our safeties have played really well. That's where you're living on the edge, and that's what we try to tell them every day. That edge is earned, and if you're not willing to go out there at that position and be disciplined and every single play do your job, you're going to be blamed for a lot of things, because everybody in the stands is going to see it.
So we're testing that secondaries, eye discipline, and fitting in run, and then seeing play action boot schemes.
And that's the whole danger of it. You don't want to give up one over the top, but you can't let them trickle down the field, because they're capable. 3, 4, and they get a 6, and then you get your eyes where they don't need to be, and that thing goes over the top. So it's play in, play out. It's going to test your discipline of how good of a defense you are, and then you're going to do your job and not try to do somebody else's.
Seems like, Coach, when they are struggling a little bit, I mean, they've had a good season, undefeated, top 10 in the state, so obviously they ain't struggled too much. But if offense slows down, it seems like jet sweep and number one seems the way
back to wing tee a little bit.
Be the way they like to go to get the offense.
Yeah, going. I mean they'll get under center, which you don't. Honestly, I don't know if we've seen an under center snap this year, but they'll get under center, and like Coach said, it's rocket toss and it's boot schemes, and then like Coach Gillum said, they'll what they do is they a little San Francisco like they'll condense you down to get wide. They'll spread you out to run in the middle and give you a ton of different things to think about and be able to align to, and it's a challenge. I mean, it is the most diverse offense we've seen to this day.
Yeah, so it's a lot to prepare for, from alignment to reads to eye candy.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole deal of what they line up in is not what they're going to end up in. So you're going to get the motion, and then they did a good job versus Morristown East. Started timing up the blitzes with the motion, which is smart, all right? Because you think, hey, they're going to snap that ball when that motion is happening. And then they started motioning with no play, and now you can't time up that blitz as well. So they're a well-coached football team, do a lot of things well, and it's going to be a big challenge for us.
Yeah. Kicking game coach right there. I know they line up in a little water bucket on PAT right there. That, again, creates a little bit of an issue just because they put you out of sort right there. We haven't played anybody that's done that to us. And
right. And again, you're sitting there, it's not like, let's say you don't cover it in practice. Well, they're going to score on it.
Yeah.
You gotta spend practice time going to line up to it and making sure you're sound.
Has an assignment.
And that's the whole deal. You got to match their numbers and make sure they're getting ready to go kick the football.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. All these things add up to practice time. Got so much practice time.
And that's the thing. Like, you have limited amount. Our kids play offense, they play defense.
Yeah.
You got limited amount of practice time to prepare for everything. So you've got to make sure you narrow down, and you got to have some things. If you're going to do things different, it's got to be like, hey, this is like this. So your kids can do it and remember it and get lined up, and you're not just messing up assignments because you're trying to do something too complicated. Like if you change a call and it goes motion, okay, now in motion we do this and we do this, and like it's just too much. So it's got to be something that's systematic.
Yeah. Yep. Kicking game coach is a big part of it right there Friday night, I think. They've got a great kicker. He sticks it down there in the end zone on kickoff. Our kicker is working his way in there. I think he's going to have a big night Friday night, a big day today in practice right there.
Oh, I stood as he kicked it. It sounded like a cannon this time going off.
Yeah. He's always had the leg. Just where it's new to him, his approach has been undisciplined or, sporadic.
Yeah.
When he gets his steps right, he crushes it.
Yeah.
And
Trent Strickland punting the ball Friday night Saturday. I hope we don't punt it all Friday, but if we do, I feel confident that Trent's going to take care of it right there and do a great job getting the ball out of there and us doing a good job.
Yeah, we did have to spend some time today as far as fixing some punt protection.
Yeah.
We had a few busts on Friday night, but the good thing about having Strickland back there, he seems to erase all the mistakes.
He makes it right back there for sure. Quarterback, you talked a little bit about him, Warren Axton. He's had a great season right there, both running and throwing the football. He's dangerous.
Yeah, he's a new kid to the area, just moved to Knoxville, I think, last spring. He's originally from Alabama.
He played the last game against Greenville last year. Was his first game, I think, that he got to play.
Says a lot. He moved in that week, and they started that Friday night.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
And then he's played the entire season. We got to see him a little bit this summer at a camp or two. We got to see him this summer at Powell over at 7-on-7. So. Our kids are familiar with him. They know he's a good player. Great respect for him and what he does out there. But excited about the challenge to get to play a good player and do a chess match with him.
No, no doubt. That's why you play it. That's the whole deal. Like, you want to see if your best is good enough, and that's the whole deal. We've won a lot of games, not been at our best, and you go home, and not that you're unhappy with a win, but there's things you got to do to work on, and what you want to be able to do is when it's your going for your 8th region championship, that it's your best effort out there.
Yeah.
And if somebody's going to beat you, they're going to have to beat you because you're at your best.
Yeah. Coach, you talk about 8 region championships, and there again, we don't spend a whole lot of time on that, but man, what a run it's been. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of great memories, a lot of great players. We talked about Dalton Wilson, 2017.
Yeah, he's a dog.
A player forever right there. Go to the 2018 team. You got Ryan Moog, Trey Noe, that Mikey Carroll, all that
Stanton Martin.
Go all through the list right there. 2020 team. Josh Miller, Stone Cummins,
JG, man, Cam Thomas,
21, and you can go right down the list. The Dirty 30 always comes to
Zach Shannon, what a player, man.
Yeah. So just a fun group. You win the state championship in 22. Everybody doubts you in 23. You come right back. You do it again. We come right back again in 24, and here we are with another great opportunity, with another great group of kids in a fight, and ready to win a school record. If you can do it Friday night, a school record 8th region title right there. So much fun and so much tradition and so much of a standard that we talk about, the pillars, the standards of our program, and what those things do. And those are just accolades for what all the hard work that you put in January, February, March, and April to get there.
Yeah, it's been a great run, and all of us have been here through it, but the infrastructure that was laid, for 5-10 years prior to any of those is huge, and to see it take off has been rewarding, I think, for all of us and for the community. But this may be the most contested game we've had in that region championship run. probably going to be the highest rated contender. I think actually we played Gibbs last year. They were
ranked ahead of us.
They were ranked ahead of us, and I think they had one loss. Of course, we started off the season slow,
right.
which was misleading, kind of like the West season.
No doubt.
You played a similar schedule. We've all played, West, Bearden. They had played Alcoa.
They may have lost to Halls last year.
They did.
Lose to them
They lost to Halls.
They beat them in overtime this year. So, but here's the thing about that is with every win, you gain confidence, and sometimes the Bible says a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. I think they're playing better than they are.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to take that away from them.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
no doubt.
So it's going to be a tough game.
Coach, change gears just a little bit. Want to congratulate your son John David on a big offer this weekend from Maryland. He said he's been working like crazy since he was 5 years old, I think, out there throwing ball, and it's fun to see him.
I think it started at 2.
It did actually.
Right.
It did in the living room.
I think there's some pictures of that. I don't know.
I've got video for sure.
Yeah.
Analyzing the arm angle when he was 2.
A big time offer there from a big time university, and earned. I think you guys. Where'd you guys go this week? Indiana.
We went to Indiana. And it was a good trip.
Yeah.
Blowout.
Indiana's undefeated right now. We got invited up to visit.
Was it 56-7 or something?
56-7.
Nebraska.
Yeah, impressive.
We got the corn up there.
Yeah, Nebraska's defense. I don't know if they'd given up I don't know if it was a or a rushing touchdown or something, or through the air one.
Yeah.
And then you throw 56 on them by Indiana.
Yeah, they look good, well coached. Very impressed with the whole area.
House.
Beautiful. Yeah. I mean, their stadium's not Neyland, but it's. I think it holds 60.
Many are.
Yeah, not many.
It's about half the size, but it was packed out.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the bigger games in Indiana history. So I mean, we underestimated how long it'd take us to actually get in there. So it was nice, beautiful. Thankful for the opportunity to go up, and definitely. If nothing comes of it, at least me and JD got to make some memories going up, seeing a game, being on the field, and
for sure.
Forget how big those D1 guys are. Just monsters everywhere. So we got to take Cody Miller, one of our players, with us, and Riley Miller with us. So we all got to do it together. So it was a good trip.
So Riley and JD, they come together next year. Those excited to get those guys. They had finished up their great middle school season right there and ready to start into high school in January. Then excited to have those guys up there.
Yeah, that group, they've been together a while, but they got their work cut out for them, and there's always a big curve when you come up in level.
Speaking, I want to congratulate Lake City Middle.
Yeah, what a big
win
time
the other
win
night,
there.
Friday night, had a big win up here at the high school. They played up there, and they're actually playing for a championship tonight. So good luck to those guys. They got a great opportunity.
Yeah, they've had a great year. Those guys.
Excited to get them up there too.
Brandon Duncan, they've done a good job down there.
Yeah, exciting. Coach, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come right back, and we've got the pick'em section right there. We'll be right back here on the Davey Gillum Show.
To me, being an attorney means more than practicing just law. It means pulling alongside my clients and being their partner. It means keeping my clients informed through the legal process, which can be overwhelming. At OEB Law, we stand with you because communication is key.
When the lights turn on and the game begins, you need a team you can rely on. Ray Varner Ford and Clinton's strong lineup of vehicles is crafted with the same dedication and hard work that drives our community. Step up your game in this 2024 F-150 4x4 Super Crew STX, $46,994. 24 Ford Expedition XLT, $59,978. 24 F-250 Crew Cab 4x4 STX, $57,888.
Local you trust, performance you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, built for the game.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
2023 Ford Expedition Limited 4x4, $67,950. 2017 Ford F-150 Raptor SVT, $41,950. 2023 Ford Escape ST Line, $28,940. Ray Varner Ford, built for the game.
right, welcome back to the Davey Gillum Show. I'm Gary Terry, your host. Coach Gillum's with us right there. Coach Chavel's back again right there. We're going to do the pick-em in just a few minutes, but first we'll talk just a little bit about Coach Gillum's brother, or Coach Chavel's brother, Jamie.
Let's talk about Coach Gillum's brother.
That's a whole different conversation.
We could talk about Russ, but that would be a different conversation. Let's talk a little bit about Jamie. He's had a great season.
Yeah, he's doing really well. I think he's probably a little disappointed in times of how they've played, but you're disappointed, and you're 6-0. But that's the thing. He's not going to get complacent with his team. He's going to continue to hold them to the standard that they're supposed to play at, not to the standard of what the teams they're playing. So he's going to go play 0-7 Kennesaw State, and knowing him, it's the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean that's how he's going to approach it, and I think they've struggled. I think defensively they've played much better this year. I think they've got some players in, and offensively it's been a little bit of replacing some guys. He lost some guys to other schools.
Yeah.
And so now it's replacing an offensive lineman, it's replacing a big-time receiver, and then really just trying to gel that offense back together, because it takes, doing what they do is a high execution offense, because you're constantly, quarterback's reading a player in the run game, he's reading in the pass game. And then the receivers, they got to understand the coverage, not just, hey, how do I run the route versus the coverage, but how do I block properly versus the coverage. So it takes a while. Hopefully they started gelling there toward, the last, I think the second half of the fifth game, and played the next one and survived one.
Yeah.
And that's, it's college football right now. If you look at across, somebody would have told me, hey, Vandy's going to score 45 on Alabama and beat them. I wouldn't have believed you.
Right.
So you got to find ways to win right now, because it's a different world with that NLI.
Yeah.
No, NIL. Yeah, that too.
So with the NIL and transfer portal, John, talk a little how that affects guys like Jamie. So he has a great year.
Yeah.
OL was awesome.
OL is phenomenal. So he lost an OL to Vandy, and so bottom line
Vandy
is,
comes in, offers him
you're in the SEC, you got a big TV contract. They offered $250. Kid's not going to the NFL. When's he going to have opportunity to make $250? For a year? I mean, you can't blame a kid for taking that. They lost a kid to LSU, a big-time receiver to LSU, and
those are big losses.
it's big, yeah. And so I think at his level, it's just at G5 level, when you have great seasons and your players do what they're supposed to do, and they play that well, they're probably going to get poached a little bit. So you're almost a little bit like a minor league.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think for him, it's building that culture of you're going to be a Liberty guy, and get guys to stick around. There's always going to be, like I said, you can't blame kids. I mean,
you think that affects the way they recruit going forward?
I think so. He's always been. He's still pretty heavily in high school, because he wants to develop guys, but at the same time, everybody wants to win. You can't miss on those opportunities to fill in. And I think one thing for him right now is, like last year going into the season, there was the expectation for Liberty wasn't, hey, we're going to go to the Fiesta Bowl and play Oregon,
right.
And so now it's, hey, we're going to the playoffs.
Right.
Like, those are pretty high expectations,
right.
And so I think some people get upset.
College football right now too.
That's what it is.
Transfer portal does. Nobody can stockpile
talent. Yeah. So now it's a little NFL-like.
You're where Indiana's one of the best teams in the nation right now.
Yeah, they got several kids from JMU.
Real quick before we do the pick 'em, real proud of Jacob Brock. I know y'all are too. Product of our program. He's at Liberty right now.
He is, and talked highly of at Liberty by coaches. Yeah, he does his job. He does it well.
Yeah, he does.
And I know we're not as close to their staff, but Godwin Miller he does a great job.
He's unbelievable. They love him, and I love watching him out there on stage. He's got a lot of energy. He's with the quarterback.
Those two, great kids. I mean, and love football. Love football. Come in, we get to see them. They come in, work out, and talk with them. Just great kids.
Super fun. Let's go to the pick 'em right here before we sign out with some Gibbs information and wishing our volleyball team good luck. So let's go pick 'em real first. Hardin Valley at Farragut. Coach, the players, they all went with Farragut.
Go ahead.
Game win
let's sell with the Admirals.
Okay, selling with the Admirals.
I say Farragut big in that one.
All right. Harriman at Midway. That's a fight right there. I think, Brad, that's a dog fight. It's on your channel, right? You'll have them on
I'm going Harriman on that one.
Harriman, me too.
I got Midway, although Harriman, I think, has scored a bunch of points.
Am I right on that, Harriman?
Probably.
What gets the three-way tie, you said?
If Midway beats him.
If Midway wins, there's a three-way tie out there for first. So they'll have to flip a coin somewhere at some store out there.
Oh man.
Northview at Greenville.
Are you getting points in this one?
Yeah. I'm going to go with the officials again because I ain't cheering for. I would say Greenville, but I'm not saying it. Okay. No, I would go with the Green Devils in that.
Yeah, the green team. Yeah, they're both green now. You can't say the green team anymore.
Yeah, I'd say that green. Gets ugly fast.
All right. Clinton at Carnes. Coach Slover over at Carnes right there, former Mav over there at Carnes. Yeah, does Clinton are they able to get the ball to Maddox right there, and are they able to win that game at Carnes with the Knox County officials?
I'm taking the team across the bridge.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying with a healthy Maddox, Carnes is going to have a tough time there.
Okay, I'm going Beavers. Carter at Fulton. Man, the Falcons.
You know,
birds
both of them got some players. Carter's probably better up front,
yes.
but I'm going to take Fulton.
Yeah, all the players went with Fulton.
I believe I'm going to take at Fulton. I'm going to go with the Hornets.
Okay, the Green Hornets. All right, with the upset right there. West at Halls. We just saw West. We've seen Halls on TV. We got to experience West up front right there.
I think that's going to be a big one for West.
Yeah. Taking the Rebels.
Rebels up front. Me too. Oak Ridge at Lenore City for the region title down there in Lenore City, Loudoun County right there. It's going to be a big one. Scott Collins.
Is it just a title for Oak Ridge, or is it on the table
that's for first place.
Wow.
That's to win it.
You know, I think it may be closer, but I'll take Oak Ridge.
Okay. John?
Just have so much trouble moving the ball in Lenore City.
I'll say Panthers.
Yeah, I'm going Oak Ridge. I think Oak Ridge's skill, if they can find a way to get the ball to those guys, and I don't know if they've
I like the Panthers on the back end when we scrimmaged them now.
Yeah, I do too. And I think Oak Ridge is going to struggle to move the ball.
I think it's a big play. I think it's a big play.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
If Oak Ridge makes it a big play night, they win. If they don't, Lenore City takes that one. Liberty at Kennesaw. We talked about that. We're all going Liberty right
Jamie by 100.
Flames. I hope so.
And Notre Dame at the Fighting Gavin Knows out there at the Naval Academy.
Yeah, I don't go against Gavin, no.
I'm going, no just wins.
I know Notre Dame's good, but I don't go against Gavin, no.
That's what we're taking right there. Coach, I want to wish our volleyball team, they took a beat today, but they are back in the losers bracket coming back out tomorrow. They got Gibbs tomorrow at 5 p.m. down there.
Soccer also had a good season.
Man, congratulations to them. They went to the sectionals right there, lost to Tennessee High by 1. So congratulations to the girls soccer, girls volleyball. We wish you all the best of luck tomorrow down there at Siegel High School as they play Gibbs.
Yeah, go Mavs.
Go Mavs.
Go Lady Mavs. Jamie Smith, she always does a great job getting her kids down there to the state tournament. I think it's like the 19th time or something like that they've been down there. It's an incredible run. Yeah. But good luck to her. You're going to be at Gibbs Friday night. It's going to be a 7:30 kickoff down there, not a 7 o'clock kickoff. They got a senior night. It's going to start at 7, so we'll be off the field about 6:50, 55, somewhere in there for a 7:30 kickoff. It's going to be a great night. Bring your cowbells, bring all your energy, bring all the stuff that you got, and let's cheer these guys on to an 8th region title right there in a row. It's going to be a lot of fun. Super excited about Anderson County football this Friday night at Gibbs, 7:30. Hope to see you there. Thanks for joining us on the Davey Gillum Show. We'll see you next Friday.